It's me, Danny Bonaduce, life coach, 1-800-252-1025. We also take your emails at lifecoach@KZOK.com. Life Coach brought to you by Goldberg Jones Divorce for Men. Call 1-800-DIVORCE. All right, let's see what Heather in Seattle is up to this fine morning. Good morning, Heather.
Hi, good morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
What can I do for you?
Well, last night, we have a daughter who's going to be 18 in a couple months and graduate. She's going to college.
But let me just do the math here. You got a daughter who's going to be 18, making her 17 now, because that's important. Okay, go on.
So she's got a boyfriend. She's been staying the night kind of off and on, and it's been kind of like code term, something else for staying the night there.
Yeah.
And last night, Dad decided that she...
Okay, you know how I do these, Heather? I imagine myself in your place. So right now, when you're talking Dad, what you mean is me, the disapproving father.
Right.
Your husband doesn't love this.
Right. No, he doesn't.
Okay.
And she's a good girl. I mean, she doesn't party. She's got good grades, And so I told him, I said, I think she's going to stay the night there. And he was going to go get her. And I'm like, really? She's going to be 18 in 2 months. And you're going to go get her.
I'm going to call your husband Bob just for fun. I hope that's not his name. Bob, that's such drama that you don't. I'm going over to her boyfriend. By the way, heads up, her boyfriend's a man. You want no part of going there in the middle of the night and going, hey, Steve, I'm here for my daughter, and pounding on your chest on the sidewalk. Your husband's going to look ridiculous on this. Don't let him go in the middle of the night.
No, well, it was 11 o'clock, and he was texting her, and she's like, I'm almost 18, and I've got all my stuff done, and spring break, why can't I stay? And he was truthful. He's like, because I'm Dad, and I don't want you to.
That's a great answer. People are against that answer. I love that answer.
Yeah.
All right, so what is your question for me?
Your question, it's hard for him to let go, and she's going to be an adult, but I had to bring out the fact that I didn't want her to, this happened, and then her be mad at him, and her going to go away in 2 months, 3 months to college and have this tension.
Okay, so from what has actually happened, not what could have happened, but what actually happened, I got to say, everybody is doing the right thing. Your husband didn't want her and was thinking about causing drama, but in the long run, he didn't go. Your daughter's 17. Did she come home?
No, they talked about it, and she ended up staying.
All right, but there's no giant trouble in the Heather house right now over this?
No, except for the fact that, I feel like this is my fault because I've let her,
I don't think that much went wrong. I don't think that much has actually gone wrong for it to be your fault. She's 17. She's not 14. So and I'll tell you a quick story. My daughter, Isabella, was going to come up and visit me, I don't know, about 6 months ago, maybe 4 months ago. And I told her as a afterthought, just as I was hanging up, I went, oh, wait. I'm sorry, sweetheart. You know the man you live with? And I like him, by the way. He's fine. I said, when you come to visit me, he can't sleep over. I can't sleep in the bed with you. And she said, why? And I said, I'm not sure that I remember, but I know he's not sleeping in the same bed as my daughter. When you're not married, that's the way life goes. No harm would have been fouled if he'd have come and been with her or people would have followed my rules. There's some things you just got to do because it's your job. He's the father. He has to hate his daughter, 17-year-old teenager, no matter how you look at it, sleeping with some guy and maybe sleeping the night. I'm really glad he didn't go over and make a big fuss out of this because that jumps it up another level. Now the boyfriend's going to be fighting for the right to sleep with his daughter. It's all crazy, and he doesn't want any part of it. Everybody did the right thing. Don't wind it up into something it's not. You should be proud of yourself as a mother. Your husband should be proud of himself as a father. Your 17-year-old should be proud of herself knocking on the door of a teenager and adulthood. Everybody did the right thing. You don't have a problem. Don't manufacture one, and I really appreciate your call, Heather.
If you've got a question for the Life Coach, call 800-252-1025. You can email lifecoach@kzok.com. And remember, you can change your name, lie about your name if you need to. Jeff in Puyallup sent an email and says, I slept with a girl on a first date. Everything was good, but I don't think I want to see her again. It feels like I have nothing to look forward to now. I told her I would call her today. What should I say? All
right, let me make sure I'm getting this right. This guy, did he say his age?
No.
Okay. I'm going to just go, he sounds like a young man to me. So he slept with the girl on a first date, and now he thinks he's got nothing to look forward to? Yeah. I got to tell you, man.
Thrill of the chase is gone.
All right, now I'm going to jump to a guy 2 years or 2 decades my junior, and that would be Will. Do you understand that? Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, I've been there. When you're young, yeah. And it seems like there's girls everywhere. And
so why sleep with her a second time?
Right. There's plenty more out there.
What's your? I've gotten in trouble for this before, but I'm going to do it anyway. What's your favorite meal?
I guess pizza.
All right, what if I only let you have it once? Because you have nothing to look forward to. You had
If it
pizza.
was crappy pizza, I might not want it again.
Well,
He said it was fine. He said everything was good.
Yeah.
So it wasn't bad pizza.
I think, what's this cat's name?
Jeff and Puyallup.
Jeff, I got to tell you, I think this is a big mistake. And if you're going on, I've got you as a young guy, not a child in any way, shape, or form, but I don't understand how you're ever going to be happy again. I have loved, seriously, and I'll tell you this, to be honest, and I don't think these two things have anything in common, but, my last wife, I was positive that I was in love with her, and then we got a divorce, and I was like, what do I have to look forward to? I know, marrying the coolest girl in the world. I lucked out. I dodged that bullet. Don't be crazy on this. Don't write this person off just she has sex with them on the first date. That's a big, big, big mistake. All she did was something you really wanted her to do, and I think don't write her off for this, and I think you'll be making a gigantic mistake. And by the way, my proclivities would persuade me away from not seeing her again. I had sex with a woman that I wanted to have sex with. How can you not want to have it again? I don't really understand what's wrong with this cat. But
She might also not let him. Sometimes you have regret.
Well, this is a first date. You know what? I'm a fan of first date sex. I'm not a fan of the troubles that it causes afterwards. Everybody wakes up feeling weird, and I never have. I wake up and go, oh, that's bitchin'. Let's do that
You wake up
again.
and say, let's get married.
Yes, I do. Actually, I've not made it through a couple of first dates without getting married. Hey, I think you're getting to be a very jaded person, and you should really watch that.
He doesn't realize how good he has it.
Yeah, you don't realize how good you have it. If you end up all jaded, you're never going to know how great you have it again. Be careful of that, young man, but I appreciate the email.
If you would like to talk to Danny Bonaduce, Life Coach, now is the time to call 800-252-1025 or email lifecoach@kzok.com.
That number again, please, 1-800-252-1025.
Pamela in Everett sent an email. My boyfriend has been invited to an out-of-state wedding this summer. He RSVP'd for the both of us. The problem is, he has hinted that he would like me to help pay for the trip. I'm of the mind that he should foot the entire bill. I don't even know the couple who's getting married. How do I get him to pay up, and should I bail if he doesn't?
I'm very careful, or I worry about these kind of phone calls, because here's the answer, ready? You're right, he's wrong. I should probably make them more, longer than that and better than that. But the fact is, he RSVP'd you on a trip you have no idea about. You don't know the couple. He can't do that. That's, by the way, it's kind of sexist in a way that he thinks he can make those decisions for you, and then it's kind of lame that he thinks he can charge you for the pleasure. No, you're absolutely right, and you didn't ask me about what should I do because it's going to break us up. Don't go, don't pay the money. You're absolutely right in that one.
Well, she said, how do I get him to pay up, and if he doesn't,
you don't
should
go.
I bail?
Yeah, you bail. You absolutely do not go with this guy to see a couple of friends that you don't know get married and get charged for it. Absolutely, you should not go. Assert yourself there.
1-800-252-1025 is the number to get through to talk to Danny Bonaduce, Life Coach, with any kind of problem you have. And if you need to change your name, that's fine. If you want to lie about your name, if you want to call yourself Becky, Steve, or Billy Bob, that is fine as well.
I'll call everybody Billy Bob now.
Billy Bob?
Yes.
I think it's because Billy Bob Thornton came up earlier,
okay.
But Billy Joe, Bobby Jean, but I'm out of names.
Yeah, me too. I know they took the money and ran.
Oh, you could just call yourself Dave and say you live in Seattle.
Hey, Dave. What's up, buddy?
Danny. Hey, a best friend of mine, his wife got a recent boob job.
Now, let me ask you a question. How long did she have it before she asked you to look at it?
She's been bending over, serving coffee. She's been doing some crazy, crazy stuff that I think is very disrespectful to him, especially when he's not looking,
Oh, she's no good, Dave. All right, so your best friend's wife just got a boob job. She's prancing around. And you know what? In a way, more power to her. That's what every woman... When I said, how long till she asked you to look at him, I have known every single girl I have known to get a boob job has at some point... And these are girls I've often wanted to see with no shirt on, and they wouldn't show me anything. And all of a sudden, they lift up their shirt and go, hey, look at these. I just got...
You want to feel them?
Often they say you want to feel them. It's a very weird thing, Dave. Chicks are weird that way. So what is your question for me about the fake boobs?
My question is, should I tell him? Because she's doing the little things that's making me uncomfortable, and I'm not even married to her,
Yeah.
And should I tell my friend you need to tell your wife? I mean, I know there's new stuff. Nobody looks at her more than she does. She's always looking down.
Yeah, well, imagine you've all of a sudden got a 2-pound thing on your chest that wasn't there before. You're going to sit there and hold it and pet it and love it. So that's what's happened. So your question for me is what?
should I inform him of what's going on? Because she's doing a lot of stuff behind his back, almost to the point of flashing guys,
Well, I think she's gonna flash guys. If you're best friends with this guy, I think, and both Will and I just said, people lift up their shirt and go, look at these, just got him. And then they go, feel these. Usually the first time they do that, it's through the shirt. They go take a feel of this. But maybe if you wait around a little, she'll lift up the shirt and go feel these. Here's the thing. I wouldn't tell your best friend yet. You have to, there's not a big arm. If it's making you uncomfortable, you might want to tell her. And she'll be thrilled, by the way. She's doing this for a reason. If you tell her, hey, that's kind of making me uncomfortable, that's why she was doing it. So she'll be very, very happy that you took notice. But yeah, don't break up a friendship and don't make him seem really uncomfortable around you yet. So I would wait. If it continues, by the way, give it a month so they're not brand new anymore. And then, but you got to tell her, hey, stop doing that. It's bugging me. Thanks, Dave. I appreciate the call.
We've got time for one more caller on Danny Bonaduce Life Coach. Here's Jane in Puyallup.
Hey, Jane.
Hello.
What's up?
Well, my son was 19, got a DUI, now is 28 and wants to travel to Canada. What's the process?
Well, because I had a problem with Canada, and it really scared me because they asked me to leave their fine country about 25 years ago, and I didn't do anything, and they acted like they didn't know what I had done. It just came across the computer. Now, how long ago was the actual conviction of your son?
8 years.
8 years? Here's what I would do. I would call the consulate. That's it. That's what I did. I called the consulate. Called the consulate of Canada and say, hey, can my son travel? And for me, I didn't even have to give him any names, dates, or thing. I just said it was well over 10 years ago. And they said, yeah, you can absolutely go. I would call the consulate, the Canadian consulate, and I would say the exact thing you said to me, and then look it up on a computer. I believe it to be at least a decade, but it's a kid and it's a DUI. Maybe they're going to make an exception, or maybe the exception, I don't know that I'm right, that it's 10 years. But I would call the consulate and find out if your son can go. Because you know what? They got to relax, and they were starting to get a really bad reputation. Canada was getting a really bad thing about, it's great you won't let in criminals, but you won't let in some decent folks sometimes. And they've, kind of relinquished the chain a little bit. So give a call to the consulate, Jane, and I appreciate your phone call as well. But that's all the time we have right now for Danny Bonaduce, Life Coach. Danny Bonaduce, Life Coach, of course, they brought to you by Goldberg Jones Divorce for Men. Call 1-800-DIVORCE.